Is it actually better to buy a brand new construction home or a resale property in this 2026 housing market? If you've been looking at homes online, you already know that mortgage rates sitting in the mid 6% range have completely shifted what you can comfortably afford each month. But here is the massive twist that most buyers are missing right now. The price tag you see on a home doesn't tell the whole story, especially when it comes to the jaw-dropping interest rate buy-downs and closing cost incentives that builders are throwing around. Today, we are putting together new construction and resale head-to-head to see where you have the absolute most leverage in this current market. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Rosalind, your go-to real estate resource. The real estate landscape has evolved dramatically over the last few years. We are no longer in that frantic pandemic era panic where buyers were blindly waiving inspections and bidding $50,000 over asking just to get a set of keys. Today's market is much more analytical, value-driven, and patient. Across the greater Charlotte area, from the rapid growth up in Huntersville, North Carolina, and Concord down to the booming new communities in Waxhaw, inventory has finally started to normalize. This gives you, the buyer, the breathing room to actually think and negotiate. However, the elephant in the room is still affordability. With home prices remaining steady and rates refusing to drop back into the 3% or the 4%, the strategy you use to purchase a home matters more than ever. Let's tackle the core question. Is it better to buy a new build or an existing resale home right now? The question isn't a one-size-fits-all because both options look entirely different under current market conditions. When you look at a resale home, you are buying into established neighborhoods. You get mature trees, larger lot sizes, a location that is often closer to the city center, and a home that has already settled. So what's the downside? You're also inheriting the previous owner's maintenance timeline. In a resale, you have to worry about how many years are left on that HVAC system, whether the roof is nearing the end of its life, and if the water heater is a ticking time bomb. In a market where your monthly mortgage payment is already consuming a larger portion of your income, sudden out-of-pocket repair bills can be devastating to a household budget. Plus, you have to factor into your budget the due diligence fee. Look on my channel for the due diligence fee video that I did before, which is a fee that you pay the seller for taking their home off the market if you purchase a resale home. On the flip side, entering a brand new construction community changes the financial dynamic completely. When you walk into a new build, everything is pristine. You have the peace of mind that comes with a builder's structural warranty, modern energy efficient insulation, updated building codes, and systems that won't need to be replaced for a decade or more. Furthermore, new home communities are specifically designed to meet modern buyer preferences, offering open layouts, smart home automation, and dedicated home office spaces. But the absolute biggest reason new construction is dominating buyer searches right now isn't the fresh paint smell or the modern floor plans. It is the financial engineering that production builders are using to bypass high mortgage rates. So with that said, let's talk about the specific incentives that builders are offering to win your business, because this is where new construction holds a massive edge over resale right now, because builders have corporate margins and need to keep moving inventory off their books. They are acting as their own mortgage lenders to offer aggressive financial incentives instead of dropping the base price of the home. The number one tool in their toolkit right now is the interest rate buy down. Instead of a buyer taking out a standard market rate loan at 6.5%, a builder will use their builder credits to permanently or temporarily buy that rate down. For example, we are seeing incredible success with a 2-1 temporary buy down. This means that the first year of your mortgage, your interest rate is a full 2% lower than the market rate. And in the second year, it is 1% lower before stabilizing in the third year. This saves you hundreds of dollars a month during your initial years of home ownership. Now, it doesn't stop at rate buy down. Builders are also offering substantial closing cost credits, frequently covering $10,000 to $15,000 of a buyer's out-of-pocket closing expenses if they use the builder's preferred lender. In North Carolina, new construction, these funds can be applied to cover prepaid, insurance, loan origination fees, or even structural upgrades like blinds, fences, or a gourmet kitchen package, depending upon the builder. When you compare this to a traditional resale seller, a standard homeowner selling their house usually cannot afford to hand over $15,000 in cash credits, while also paying off their own mortgage and moving expenses. Resale sellers are certainly becoming more flexible as homes sit on the market a little longer, but they simply cannot match the deep corporate pockets of a major home builder when it comes to financing assistance. Oh, which option wins the battle? If your primary goal is maximizing your monthly purchasing power, lowering your upfront cash out of pocket, and avoiding unexpected repair costs, new construction is incredibly tough to beat in this current economic environment. However, if you place a higher value on an urban location, unique character, and larger yard spaces, resale is still an excellent path. You just have to ensure your agent negotiates aggressively for seller paid rate buy downs on your behalf. So no matter which direction you lean, navigating these developer contracts and financing options requires an experienced eye. Don't walk into a builder's model home alone, because the sales agent on site represents the builder, not you. If you are looking to make a move here into the Charlotte area, grab my free relocation guide and my builder question guide. Both are linked below, or reach out to me directly. Let's look at the numbers together and make sure you find the perfect place to call home.